How did we end up here? What's going on? Neytiri, you're back.
Yeah. For time.
What happened to Baba G?
Well, I don't know. We just, suggested that we should give this a go this rising, and that's why we're here. And,
Really?
mm-hmm.
Okay, we need to get Baba G in here. Can you get Baba G, please?
Yes.
We were all live earlier.
Really?
Things started unfolding.
Really? You guys got me. I came here at the
office. Baba G reports to Dr.Bishops' office.
Okay, yeah, I got in here as soon as I could. You guys called me in an emergency.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know I texted you urgently. Chief, we just thought it was a good idea. Let's just take it to Dr. Bishop because things were getting out of hand, and we know Dr. Bishop has answers for us.
Well, I'm Dr. Bishop.
Yes, Doctor. I'm thinking from that.
Oh, right, of course. So let's what's going on here? Neytiri, you're suggesting that Baba G said you guys should be together.
Yeah. That's the last thing I heard. That's the last thing I heard. Basically, he was saying that.
Zoca, how are you feeling about that?
How am I feeling about the polygamous situation for the second time? I'm I have a Saturn in Scorpio and Aries, so I have to go through things, even though I know it might cause me pain and issues. And right now, I'm like, hey, let's see if they're meant to be, because if it's meant to be, it will last. Like how I feel about Solar. I'm just, if something's supposed to be, it will be. It will last, no matter what it goes through.
This has been consistent over 2 years.
2 years, probably.
We talked about this before. You said you feel like you belong with Solar and Zoca should move on with her life, and that you believe that you should be with Solar.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is that what you're saying now? Again,
It was brought back up, and when Baba G was saying that, I said, yeah, like that, that's what I did feel, and I was suppressing it, and I actually was trying to forget about that perspective that I had.
What were you saying?
Literally, I would say, like, I was feeling like, Zoe, that I really belong to him, like, that's my soulmate, twin flame, my husband, father of my kids. I've seen it in dreams many times, and that's what I felt in my heart. I felt like he was an interference because you would, like, even though we tried, it was like, when we tried, you didn't really want me in it. And then, when I was like, nah, like, I don't want that, so I want it to myself now. So that's why, all that happened.
Hold on. You're saying that you want him to yourself. You don't want to do polygamy thing. You want him to yourself.
After we tried it and I saw how it went, and I now know the feelings that she had towards me and everything like that, and I saw it was hindering even his thoughts.
You guys call in, guys. Call in. I know you want to call in. Get in the queue right now.
Yeah, because
So you're not last on the list.
Right, he says he doesn't want to lose me because.
How do you feel about that?
It's interesting. I think she's actually very accurate about that. At first, I think, our relationship was definitely very toxic, very toxic. Me and Zoca, when the time she came in initially, it was not good. It was definitely not a time to bring a whole nother person in, for sure. So everything that happened, I see it. It makes sense. As far as where I'm at now, I want both of them. Should I?
Well, let me ask you this. Was it toxic then?
Yeah.
Why wouldn't it be toxic now?
Well, you're in our lower self so often. We don't have to be there.
You didn't have to be there before. If something's good for you, it's good for you because it's good for you.
We're on a spiritual journey though. And nothing's always going to be peaches and cream in a relationship, especially when it's one that's bringing up generational curses.
Right.
I don't think that's a real relationship. And it's just all good and glory and rainbows and kisses. I don't think
Is
that's
the
real.
relationship that you're having with him bringing that up on his own?
Yes,
Is that coming up regardless?
it is, but to an
Is it,
extent.
isn't it going to come up regardless? Because you're on a spiritual
matter
journey.
where
You
I
came on a
go.
spiritual journey on your own, right?
Yes,
On your own.
on my own.
So that means that you're going to get your challenges regardless.
Okay,
Anywhere.
Right.
right. That's it.
I'll be the first.
You told me you didn't want to go back to solar. Why the change of mind now? Why not go back to where you were and let Neytiri have her shot?
Like, you want to try that out?
Why
Want me to try
not
it
even
out?
try it out and
That's-
just
that's
let it
what-
go? Let it go. You know,
Okay.
you
the
went
first
all the way
time-
there.
Mhm.
You guys lost
And
your
a dead
child.
child.
Yeah. And you've discovered things about Solar, you said, that you didn't know before.
When his new,
But his
sun
new,
in
yeah,
moon reading.
right?
And
And
just, yeah. He has a new reading with his new astrology with his sun and moon
I see some Aries moon.
you've seen things about him that made you
"Ooh."
understand things.
Yeah,
And that was what enabled you to let it go. And the situation coming to an end of a cycle. And you're back now.
yeah, because I
You feel like you're reliving certain things that you
feel like
already lived.
I'm trying to relive him, but he's doing something different. So I'm stuck because I have not.
Could it mean
came
that the
back.
relationship's just not meant to be and you're trying to force something rather than letting it flow and be there and be aggressive? Could it be that they belong together?
It could be. But aren't they polygamous? What's me doing in the way have to do with anything?
Because you're not developed. You're not developed yet on your own. He's having a hard time doing it for you. And you don't want to do it for yourself. Seems like even though you're back, you're still having these complications, even after the baby. I mean, at what point do you take time to yourself and develop yourself? You tried the polygamy.
Sometimes isn't enough.
You tried the polygamy. If you're not going to be able to do polygamy.
Right, I mean, very logical sense.
You understand what I'm saying to you? Polygamy makes things worse.
Mm.
If it's already issues monogamously,
With me.
yeah, polygamy is going to make it 10 times worse.
Understood.
Actually, a healthy polygamous relationship starts with a healthy monogamous one. Before you add something to your situation, you have to establish what you have already. You have not established that yet.
Right.
Having to a little.
And like I said, I'm not going to take it away from her. She grows. She's doing better. She's doing better. And I think that
We do have a better environment now.
Well, how I handle her is different. I don't handle her the same way I used to. The way I
Well, you're
used
in a
to,
different environment now.
regardless, I'm gonna like who I was then.
The environment, the people around,
Mhm.
it affects the situation.
Definitely.
But you're coming into the same thing. You can't do it for Zoca.
No. We
Zoca
talk
has
about
to
that
do
all
it
the
for
time.
herself. Now, I want to ask you a question. Do you think you would have less of a hard time with Neytiri? Honestly, knowing her personality, knowing her development, and maybe she's a little older, her self-development, do you think it would be an easier time dealing with her and Zoca? And that's an honest question. Looking for an honest answer.
Easier.
Simple. What I'm saying is a greater understanding, less argument, less complication, more cooperation for the goal of a relationship and carbonation. Because a relationship should have a goal,
Definitely.
should be utilized for a goal.
Right. Good question. Immediately, I think yes. Immediately, yes. And then I start to think, well, I don't know what else could happen. I don't know what should
I'm talking about two people you know and the maturity levels.
She presents herself very mature. She presents herself that way. Capricorn ascendant. Then you put one thing in there, it turns into tears.
Solar, this is part of the reason why Zoca has a problem with you. You have a problem tapping into your true self. And you come off phony. Or as if you're trying to be something that you're not. She's trying to get you to face you, be you. And right now, I'm asking you to be totally transparent, vulnerable, not be an asshole. You know what you're doing. You're trying to keep it up there. Well,
no, I think it'll be easier with her. I do.
that's the answer that we know you want to say. Am I right, ladies? So why are we going around it? We know the
I need to
answer.
add more to it. That's what it is. I think it would be easier with her.
So you would think that that would be more conducive for the collective.
Yeah, she's very teachable. Very teachable. Very moldable.
Very. And your relationship with her would probably maybe be more conducive for the outcome of what we're trying to get done here.
Less hiccups, less resistance. Yeah.
And so when you think about you and Neytiri, there's a sense of cooperation there more than you and Zoca.
Oh yeah, it's a lot of harmony. It's
Harmony,
a lot of
okay.
harmony. with us.
Okay. So what are we trying to do here? Are we trying to create understanding, or are we trying to still deal with conflict? We can deal with conflict with me. On a regular basis. It should not be hard for someone to do what they're supposed to do. So which relationship it's better for the collective? You and Neytiri, you and Zoca, or you and Neytiri and Zoca? Take your time. Take your time and think about that. Not what's best for yourself, but what's better for everyone. All right, things that make you say,
More harmony.
for you, we know that,
Less
we
resistance.
know both, that's a selfish decision.
Yes.
That's an inward selfish decision. But for the collective of the nation and all that we're building. A lot of energy. Again.
Keep the energy.
No, you guys, is it coming through that window? That one.
So I get your counsel about if what's best for the nation would be a harmonious relationship. No hiccups, no issues.
Well, not about, there always will be hiccups and issues, but it shouldn't be so current.
So reoccurring.
It should be growth. It cannot be growth when it's so current. You understand?
It's like with Neytiri, I have to predict. With Zoca, I have to
You know what you're gonna do.
I have to kind of go against.
What I want to say is that I see growth in Zoe. I like
Care
dealing
about
with
her. We're talking about objectivity here.
Right, and that's what I'm saying. Objectively, I see growth. Objectively, it's less that I have to do when chastising. Less. With Neytiri, I can project less situations where chastising would even have to happen. You know what I'm saying? So harmony versus growth that I have
Right,
seen.
and that makes it even more of a bad idea to have both of them.
Yeah, I can see that.
You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
See what I'm saying? If that's the case on both of both of the entities,
Right.
why take both of those on as issues?
Well, reason being is that I think I can handle it.
It's not about you handling. Everyone's on their own spiritual journey. You're not responsible for their growth. You can put yourself as responsible for their growth.
Yes. I do
You're
that.
not.
I do that a lot.
You're only responsible for your job, and your relationship is supposed to enhance that. And it's supposed to be a better situation for the collective.
You know what I've noticed now?
For the collective.
I found myself in life a lot of the times trying to chase people to help them. And that's always turned out in some type of fight. It's always turned out in some type of crazy situation, emergency situation. That I've read about myself, especially my new self, is that I have to just let things come to me and deal with them then. Don't chase things and try to fix them, but let things come to me and then, then it can work. Then the anything happens.
You have a lot of responsibilities in the nation for the collective. Your head has to be in the game.
Yeah, always.
Your woman needs to be in support of that most of the time.
Yes.
Because you have so much on you 24/7.
So objectively, she have to be of assistance, of service.
You're already having a hard time with Zoe. You don't even know what you're going to get into with material. But you did say more than likely it's going to be more harmony there.
Right. So what I've read between me and Neytiri is that there's a lot of functionality as far as accomplishing things, building things, and getting things done. And me and Zoca actually have that same thing as well. So the other areas is where it gets shaky. So as far as getting things done, I can do that with both of them. Zoca's
You can do that
demons
by
pop
yourself.
up. Yeah. Oh, definitely. Zoca's demons will pop up, and it'll kind of be like, okay, let's pause and fix this, and then now we can get back to what we were doing.
Should
And that
she
can
be
a hindrance.
applying the knowledge way more though?
Yes. Definitely.
Okay, let's go to the lines. Let's take a call. Hey, Queen. How you doing? How's it going? Losing connection there.
Oh, hello.
Hello, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm all right.
Um, I think that that's a dangerous situation if you stick with the two of them.
Absolutely.
I really do.
That's going to be very
I
toxic. We could see that from a mile away.
oh yeah. Oh yeah.
He has to choose one. Who are you going with?
Zoka.
You going with Zoka?
I like
Guys, press
dating.
1 if you want to see him with Zoka. Press 2 if you want to see him with Neytiri. Make it go across the screen here.
Oh,
Everybody here saying Zoka.
I say Zoka.
All right. Both is definitely like good for my functions as far as what I need done and my responsibilities for Solar running the camp when I'm not here. I'm just not comfortable. Like your glasses. How you feel about it?
Hell no.
Well,
I'm thankful, Mama Ari.
this is something new here. Two is going to be a heavy load for him.
How do you love? That's your opinion?
I don't know about two.
Right.
All right. Thanks for calling
Wow.
out.
Peace, gods.
How's it going?
Hey, Boca.
Hey. Have been following all of y'all for a while, and I think definitely I agree with Dr. Bishop that, picking both of them would be detrimental to the tribe. But I don't know, the mystery with him picking Neytiri kind of makes me uneasy as well. Even though him and Zoka are still working on their relationship, at least you know what you're gonna get.
I think that their relationship is over. I think that
think so?
Zoka and Solar's relationship it's over. I think that he's being presented with something new and a new opportunity, and it's time for a new season for his life. I think you need to let go of that overgiving.
Well,
My
you
personal
are the
view about it.
expert, Dr. Bishop.
I believe
You are
that
the
I
expert,
believe
Dr.
that it's time to let it go. The baby let you know.
Yeah. Well, you are the expert, Dr. Bishop, and I know that, you and Baba G are going to come together and decide what's best for the tribe, and make that, help them make that ultimate decision. So we'll just all wait and see.
All right.
Then I wish y'all love and peace.
Okay. Cool.
Yes, I feel like Solar doesn't want me without Solar. I think he wants both of us. That's how I feel. That could be
How does
wrong.
that make you feel?
It makes me feel uncomfortable. It makes me feel like I'll go through pain with things starting off. Maybe he'll get somewhere down the line, but starting off he's gonna be missing her. He has a cancer wound, can't let go, all this other stuff. So I'm just like, anxious about that.
So, this is your love of your life, and there's something there already that is interfering with what you call your soul match connection.
Yes.
Either you can't take both because of Zoka.
You know, I met with it,
Yeah.
and this is what I say to her, behind closed doors. This is what I talk to her about. This is not like we never talk about this. It's what I talk to Zoka about. Is that I've learned to respect her. Zoka, expect perfection from her all the time doesn't even make sense.
What if I said that about you? What if
can't say
what if Baba G held you to that same?
Well, I'm not the black woman.
You are the same thing and held to the same responsibility as far as the rules and regulations of carbonation.
Definitely.
What if Baba G held you true, Musa, and loyal to those same?
You could never do that.
Why not?
With the structure, we're the men. We can't.
We can accept failure and weakness from our woman.
No.
Is that what you're saying? Because the woman runs the children. The women are over the children, which gives them an even harder job.
Right.
So the woman and men must need the equal amount of discipline.
Yes.
We cannot accept weakness from the woman.
That's a fact.
Why is this a double standard?
It's not that I
If
accept
Baba
the
G
weakness.
would not
I
hold
recognize
you,
it.
would Baba G would not hold you to what you just said right there,
Mhm.
and he pushes you and holds you to a certain degree, why would you not do it with them?
Do I allow you to be weak
No,
around me at all?
You just said it.
no.
That's not what I
You
said.
just give me.
What I was saying, this is what I was saying, is that I've learned to respect her over everything because of what we've gone through, what we've made it through, and she always stayed. She stayed. She doesn't quit. And that's something that I've learned that has earned
Well,
my
being in
respect.
carbonation, there's not much of an option for her.
Oh, no.
It's not a whole bunch of guys to pick from.
No, I mean as far as like leave is like leave.
You understand
like,
what I'm saying to you?
No, there's something about Solar, even, I can talk about his physical all I want, like that's what I went to when I said I didn't want him. But it's something special about Solar that's not physical. It's about his mind, and it's not even the way it's the way he analyzes his world. And how he questions life. It helps me question life and for me and for myself. I don't know, something.
Then how come you're not conforming? Why are you not cooperating? If Solar's such this good guy, then why are you every day being in conflict?
This is not me.
What was that? Because he's not Baba G.
Because, yeah,
Can you speak up? Because I don't think that people heard that.
because Solar is not Baba G.
What does that have to do with conflict? I want to understand that.
Like, she's done that to him too.
Really?
Absolutely.
She struggles regardless.
She does that with any person she's with in authority.
I mean,
She's not allowed to be.
She's done it to Baba G too.
she's what?
She's done it to Baba G.
I thought you said she's into Baba G too.
And then my standards are very high too. You can't just pass my class.
Can we talk about that?
Yeah, there we go.
What was that? What was that?
Bruh. Of course, I love Baba G because he's my higher self. He awakened me. We have a special bond, me, Solar and Baba G. Like, I think it's a Cancer moon. It feels very like, I don't know, it feels like home with
I
him.
think people can hear you here.
It feels like home with them too. Like, I don't know, that's where I feel the most myself, most understood.
Where? Are you saying you're most understood where?
Both of y'all.
Okay.
When it's me and you alone, it's kind of like,
Well, I know with Baba G, you're faced with yourself. There's not this emotional bond.
yeah.
And I think that's what you're aiming for. Both of you guys. You're aiming for the emotional bond, but you're looking for Baba G. But you want the emotional bond. And it doesn't go, because with Baba G, you have to do it yourself and love yourself in order to even get close to him.
That's where the frustration comes in.
And then it's like, let me get the backup
Yeah.
where I can be with something, where I can get emotional and somewhat the knowledge there too.
Yeah, why not want the best of both worlds? To me, that's how I feel.
Well, the best of both worlds is you.
Yeah. Because you won't even get the emotional thing without you feeling that way about yourself.
And
You
no,
have to
that's
find
why I learned
knowledge
the first. That's
to
why I
even have-
definitely learned the first time not to be so involved in the hugs and the kisses. And I kind of like step away the second time, like, okay, I don't want to do that so much because I know how I am. I know how I can fall into that. So I do want to, like, I did keep it like, okay, let's do this. Like, you'll be like making a beat. and I'm
Here's
like,
what I know.
"Oh,
Here's what I know. Here's what I know. When you're in a close bond with someone, that affection, that close bond, what you're doing is you're putting yourself into the person.
I see myself. in
Let me
that.
finish. You're putting yourself into the person and expecting the person to give you back what you're supposed to give you. You gotta open your mind to what I'm saying here.
Think about it.
When you're with a person the way you want them, deep emotional bond, You're trying to love and get to know yourself, because all you're gonna do in that close bond is you're gonna put yourself so deeply into that other person. You're kissing, you're hugging, everything. You get so close to this person that you put yourself there. And then this is when we want to control the other person, because we've put ourselves there. And if they don't respond the way we want them or need them to respond, it triggers something in us. And usually it's our traumas. The goal is to love yourself, so that when you meet someone, you put yourself in them, whether they respond the way it's not a possession thing. It's more of a coexistence.
Right.
When you put yourself there, there's a coexistence. But I have to make something up. Zoca, does not want to listen. Even as I'm talking to her right now, she's distracted by emotions.
Yes.
And not able to penetrate what she's feeling. Strong, there's a wall there. You're gonna have to deal with all this, everything, for the rest.
So what happens when this happens is she has all the medicine. I may remind her, I may say this.
Clarify what medicine is.
The knowledge.
Okay, say that, because people are listening and they could be thinking,
Right.
she's on some psychiatric medicine, and there's people that don't watch this on a regular basis.
So when we say the medicine, I'm referring to the knowledge, because that's what heals a healthy perspective. To have a healthy perspective, to heal, is to change your perspective. So I'll give a piece of knowledge or a science or something that I know would be just perfect for the moment. She'll have it, and she'll be in resistance, how she's with resistance, and I'll continue doing what I'm doing. 5 minutes later, she'll come back, I'm sorry. It was this, you're right, my bad. And she apologized.
But this is a continuously thing happening.
It's like once a day, at least. Sometimes it'll be 5
And
minutes.
what do you think is going to happen by adding Neytiri to that?
It's going to be more of a push.
There's going to be more of a day, more times a day, right?
Yeah, well, yeah.
Because now what you're doing
Because
is putting more pressure on what's not even something that's fixed within herself.
And what we're saying is that the more pressure would be on Zoe. Zoe would be the one
Right.
freaking out. Zoe would be the one.
She would be afraid that
Zoe would be
everybody,
the one.
everybody would be going to Zoe to try to get Zoe to stop. It would be you and Neytiri taking care of a child.
And you see, this is when I talk to Zoca, things that I say to her are like, I'm 18, I have a certain standard. It's crazy you said that, because I say that. I have a certain standard. You should be matching that standard. You should be just as excellent as me. You can't just take the rank and not live it out. So the women get the same rank as the men. I'm 18, you better start acting 18.
What I'm saying.
And so if she was to be that leader, she was to be that, which is all up and in and around her chart.
But she's too immature for that.
She gets
Because
marginalized water.
it doesn't matter. Because water means that you know how to control your emotions as well.
That's what I said.
Even though you have water in your signs, the maturity level would allow you to be able to control emotions.
Sound familiar?
Because you're emotional, you should be able to learn how to control those emotions. Even more, because you're dealing with them all the time.
Yeah.
So you would have to learn how to control them.
Exactly. And it's crazy. This is a thing that I noticed. Is you can see all the potential in somebody, but until they see it in themselves,
So add Neytiri to that.
it's like,
Add Neytiri to the already issues that are going on. She needs attention. She's coming here for attention. From you, that's what she is desiring from this relationship. Outside of that, she just be with Baba G. She's coming here for the attention. Do you have the attention to give both Zoca in Neytiri.
Like I said, I'm gonna be focused on what I need to be focused on.
And your job.
Yeah,
For the nation.
that's the thing. So that's like
So there's gonna
That's
be
like a whole
neglect.
other-
There's gonna be neglect here. There's gonna be wounds open. There's gonna be toxicity.
you won't get the
There's gonna
attention
be,
you're looking for like that. You would have to be focused on what I'm focused on to even.
which means she'd have to develop herself on her own.
You'd have to match the standard.
Both of
an
them.
18 member. Yeah.
Have yet to develop themselves, but like you did on your own,
Mhm.
before entering a relationship for the relationship to be healthy for the collective.
My emotional maturity level is way high.
Neytiri doesn't even really know the knowledge. You can test her right now; she would fail.
Yeah.
Because she pulled out too early.
She's been focused on all these other sciences. And
It's too much other people's information there.
Yeah.
She has to get rid of, and that means that she's here for emotional attention. And so is Zoca, because without that, she would just be with Baba G. Isn't that right? Isn't that the difference between Solar and Baba G for you is the attention, right?
Not only that, no.
It is. It's based in the attention and focus on you in a relationship, period.
It's not true, not only that.
What is it?
With solar, I can also be in my own zone and like.
It's
sometimes-
attention.
Oh, I want to do my art.
Well, you can do that on your own. You can get in your zone on your own, can't you?
Sometimes you don't do it.
Sometimes, so you're saying that you can't do it without someone else?
When you're in Babaji's life, it's about Babaji and like you have to. It's we cater.
What is Baba G though?
Babaji is not like these are.
What is Baba G? Is Baba G a separate entity of you?
He's not.
Okay, so it's about Baba G,
It's
Right.
about everything.
right?
Yes,
If being with Baba G, it's about Baba G.
it's about being with yourself.
Exactly. So what are you saying? What are you really saying?
I don't even know.
You're saying when you're with Solar, you could be in your own zone. And with Baba G, you can't be in your zone. But that's kind of like a disrespect to Solar because Solar has his own too. And you're as a wife, you're supposed to adopt his zone.
Right. Right.
But with Solar, you're Babylon, basically. You're two entities.
No, I think
It's what she's saying is that
she's not articulating herself well.
No, that's what she's basically saying.
Because the project.
Is she? Aren't you saying that?
That I'm two entities and Babylon up downstairs and I'm higher stuff up here.
No, like when you're with me, you're this thing and I'm this thing, and you're not focused on what I'm focused on.
Exactly. It's not his world you're in. You're in your world, in his world.
Which isn't what we
His
teach.
world kind of seems like my world. His world feels like my world.
And what's that? And isn't his world Baba G's world?
Yes.
Tell me this. Tell me the difference.
So
Because I'm trying to add this up because 1 + 1 + 1 it should equal 1.
right.
So you're saying his world seems like more like your world, and your world.
I want to say what my world is.
Okay.
So my world is in Baba G's world, and my world is in Baba G's world because you know what? I like Baba G's world. I agree with everything he's
This is
doing,
his world.
and I stand for that. So my world is Baba G's world. Now my role
Well, I
in
think-
Baba G's world is that number one, my duties and my 18 responsibilities, which is that's something that I feel like every man should do. Every man should.
Whether
raise
you have to
himself.
do that regardless.
Yes. My other role in there is all around music. Now this is where things do get interesting, is because music, certain crafts, doing certain presentations and things for the kingdom is where Zoca is very handy, very very handy. And
Right.
no, she doesn't need to be with me to do music. Neither of them do. They can. Most of the guys are getting their beats online right now. You see what I'm saying? There are certain things that I do that develop the artists as well.
Can you look at Zoca right now?
And so I feel. I think,
And this is what happens in your relationship. I see this little girl that's crying,
yeah.
and she's when she doesn't get her way, she's obviously because obviously I'm saying certain things to trigger her,
Mhm.
so we can see what's going on here. And she turns into this pouty little girl that can't get her way, and she turns it off and it comes back on. I don't know if you've seen it, but it's just,
I
this
see.
little girl comes up.
And the root, what I'm noticing.
How are
with
you
that-
dealing with that?
So I know the root of that. It's what she does is she'll stop communicating and she'll just give in, she'll just give up, and she'll just make herself the victim. So it's this victim thing that she's doing. She doesn't have to be the victim. She could
So she's
easily
not using the
take
knowledge.
control of this situation and make it work for her.
Right.
Like an 18 member would do. We wouldn't sit here and we wouldn't victimize ourselves. I wouldn't be like, oh, everything's against me, or how is this?
How
not
long have you
working?
been part of
How
carbonation?
can I
Zoca?
make this work?
How long have you been part of carbonation?
It's today, June.
So should you be further in your self-growth by now, as an individual? Not talking about in a relationship, but as an individual. The knowledge should have been more growth to you, right? And being with Solar, it should have shown that you've been growing more. But it seems to me that you're getting worse.
I'm definitely not getting worse.
Absolutely.
I know that.
I've never seen you like this.
Because nothing has come like this. Okay, yeah. What did you say?
But where is the knowledge now, in this moment? Where is Babaji's knowledge right now in this moment? When you're triggered, when you're emotional, where's the work that's being done? And this is what he's dealing with on a daily basis. And the other times when he's not dealing with this, he's dealing with his responsibilities as an 18 member. And that means if he was to ever give you all his time, he would be dealing with this all day, because you're not doing the work and you're not holding your end of the bargain. You're not doing the work. You're not.
Lazy.
You're lazy. You're not. You think you're spoiled. You think he's supposed to do it for
I
you.
can't give her that much time.
You can't give you that much time. So you're distracted by his responsibilities, helping him with his responsibilities. But when we sit down, we have a person here that's not doing the work. It's not applying the knowledge, not being mature, not fighting the fight that you came to fight, not here for what you're supposed to be here for. Absolutely unacceptable. There should be far more growth with the knowledge, especially in front of the world. Right now, I see a little girl, an immature little girl, that does not display the energy of the knowledge that pertains, that encompasses carbonation. I'm not seeing the spirit of Babaji on her. And if this is his disciple, then she's embarrassing him in front of the world. And this is what's going on behind the scenes, and you're allowing it.
Nope.
Yes, you are.
No, I don't.
You're allowing it because you're not bringing it to the front and getting rid of that. You're harboring this because it's not something that's changing. You're saying she's doing good. This is not acceptable at all.
No, this
At
isn't
all.
what I'm talking about. This is what I'll say. This will happen. 5 minutes later, she'll come back and be like,
Right, but
All right, this
okay, but it happens
is-
consecutively.
yeah, at least once a day.
Okay, so that means that she's not sorry. If it happens over and over again, she's not sorry.
When she apologizes, that's what I tell her. I'm like, save that sorry, show it, prove it.
Right, but this is happening on a consistent basis. Which she's not changing, she's not growing. What is going on here? This is your responsibility to bring it forth and be like, listen, Babaji, Dr.Bishops, someone, this is happening too much. So you have the good, you have the potentialities that you like about her. But then again, the constant this,
Yeah, I'm.
you don't think this is holding you guys' relationship back?
Oh, yes, I do. I do. It's
How long? I mean, she's been here a long time. She knows the knowledge. There's no excuse. It's either you're a leader of the black community or you're not. All this crying, all of this harboring demons, all these things is not supposed to be here. She's supposed to be teaching young women out there how to deal with those issues that she has. So the issues that she has, she shouldn't be stumbling on them. She should be perfecting them.
This is actually embarrassing to me too.
Yeah, because you've been harboring it. You haven't been the leader that you should have been and came to Babaji or came to the situation and brought forth and said, listen, this is something I can't be dealing with because you don't understand what a relationship's supposed to be because you're learning yourself through this relationship as well. A relationship's supposed to be a business. Your relationship's supposed to be conducive to you and make you better. It's not. This is actually bringing you lower because a woman should enhance your situation. This cannot enhance you.
I see what you're saying, and the growth that I'm talking about is like recovery time. It's not saying that this doesn't happen. It's like recovery time. It's like every time it's that much.
But
better.
right here
And
in
it's kinda
this
like
moment, we're
it's
seeing
like a
it.
tease to me.
Solar.
Yeah.
Right here in this moment, it's without a doubt. You can see the spirit. You can see the possession. You can see the possession of her lower self taking place right here in this moment when she didn't get what she wanted. Instead of her just expressing herself, sitting up, having eye contact, she's pouting, acting like a little girl.
She's supposed to communicate.
And it's not. Those are the 3 C's. We have principles here, and she's not abiding by those principles. And you're saying to add another potential, this woman doesn't even know the knowledge. She has baggage. She came from another old doctrine. And now you're not even able to handle Zoca, let alone adding Neytiri. She's come here with a whole nother person's doctrine on her that you have to heal. She has deeply rooted issues. She's constantly crying. She's something always going on with her.
Well,
she has issues, and you're saying, I'll take it all.
Well, I wouldn't say that I can't handle Zoca. I don't think Zoca can handle Zoca. I wouldn't say that I can't
So
handle
if she can handle her, you can't handle her.
I handle her.
No, you can't
But
handle
I can't
someone
handle her for her. Because
then you can't handle her.
That's
So
against her best interest.
So are. You can't handle somebody that doesn't know how to handle themselves. Think about that. How can you handle somebody that doesn't know how to handle themselves?
The issue is when it just happens again. You expect to change. And
No, you're
no
not.
change.
You're not. And this is where the
I'm
maturity
understanding.
comes in, and
I'm understanding.
you're not understanding.
I'm understanding. What I was saying is that the issue is that it keeps happening. Would it keep happening?
Let me say something. You're trying to hold on to her for your power and your own reasons because this is good for your ego. And that has something to do with your sun square Jupiter. I know all about it. And then you want to add Neytiri for egotistical, greedy reasons.
That's the perspective.
It's not a perspective. It's the truth.
There's
If you
more
can
to
look
that
deep
truth.
down inside of yourself, it's the absolute truth.
That's
Because
the-
it makes no objective sense to take on not even Zoca.
If there was no cameras rolling and we weren't online at all, I'd still deal with it.
What do you mean? Because
I
you
don't
haven't.
need- I don't need her to
Because
feel
you
good.
haven't developed. What do you mean? If there wasn't no cameras?
I don't need Zoca to feel good. I can prove it.
What do you mean? I never said no.
Zoca's the
It's
power
not about
thing.
Zoca.
It's not about that.
It's about being like Baba G. You want to be like Baba G so that you keep the women that are toxic for you. That's the issue here.
It's the overgiving that starts to kick in there, in that area. Yeah.
It's obvious that this is not healthy, but you're willing to take it on just to feel like Baba G.
Mm-hmm. And so I think,
But Baba G wouldn't do it.
yeah, and I see what you're saying, because I see how he would handle the situation.
Baba G would have been got rid of Zoca.
She wouldn't be able to be around.
He would never deal with Zoca. In this state, she could never be like that around him.
I see what you're saying.
As soon as he's seeing that, he would get rid of her.
Mm-hmm. She wouldn't be able
It would
to
be
in the same space.
constant real nigga moments. You know about those.
And that's a standard that I have to say that I let down yet again. You know, I've done it before and I let it down.
But why does Solar keep allowing this to happen?
The standard I let down is like I shouldn't.
You have to ask yourself why.
I think
Do you deserve better than that?
definitely.
Does the tribe deserve better than that?
Definitely.
Then why aren't you being responsible enough and alpha enough to make that decision?
I think
You would have to be strong enough to make that decision, and that's what makes you alpha.
I see that.
Because you would have to have the self-discipline in yourself to overcome the greed.
To be like, look, you can't even be in my space. Really, is what it should have been. Being like this, you shouldn't be able to continuously hold my space.
Exactly.
You know, that's not allowed in my field. And I say that, and I'll kick her out the tent sometimes.
But you have to ask yourself why.
Yeah.
Why do you let her stay?
Why do I let her come back? I let her come back.
Is this behavior in this very moment right now acceptable?
No.
Because
Her
she's
energy should
breaking.
be way different.
She's breaking the code, the policy here in carbonation.
Yeah. Her energy should be way. Number one, she should be applying the knowledge to her levels where she can't even have that energy.
It should be a subconscious reaction at this
Exactly.
point. Conditioned yourself so much it should be subconsciously or a subconscious action.
Yeah, this ain't news. Yeah.
She knows better.
Yeah. She knows.
But she's not doing it on purpose.
We just posted that.
And are you pacifying her?
When I let her back, I can see why you're like, okay, well, I'm allowed to keep doing this because he's going to take me back anyway.
Exactly.
I see that. Even though she recovers fast.
Because I see her now doing it immediately. I've never seen her do it so immediate, like act like this so immediate.
What do you mean?
Like it's immediate. Like it's like a habit, like something that
When
you've
my
been doing on a
feelings
regular.
get hurt, that's what happens. I go
Okay, but
straight
where's
to that.
what's behind
I
all
know
hurt?
all hurt is misunderstanding.
Okay, should you have that many misunderstandings, or should you be someone intelligent to know how to
I
self-correct?
should be very.
If you don't know how to self-correct, right, then your immune system doesn't know how to self-correct. Because you are not one person. You are 50 million cells moving as one being. And you're expressing the collective of those beings.
Mm-hmm.
So if those beings behave like you, when a virus comes, which would be an issue, how do they respond? Do they know what to do in a moment and correct it? Or do they always have an issue? And then we have the skin thing.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
You know what I like to see is that when I'll give her something or I'll say something, I'll put her, we'll go through this whole scenario, right? We'll go through it all the way through the whole cycle, right? To where she comes back. And I'll trigger her, or I'll test her again or something. And she goes into this mode. And I say, she doesn't get kicked out of the team. I say, I leave. I watch her from a distance sometimes. Sometimes I watch her and I see what she does. It's like a project to me sometimes. I have a Venus Aquarius. It's like a project to me sometimes. And I'll see what she does. It's almost like she corrects herself faster when she knows she's not getting the attention. It's almost like she corrects herself faster when I'm not there. If I'm there, it's like she thinks that, well, let me just use the emotions to manipulate you or the situation or something like that. And I have noticed that when I'm not there, it's like,
So
like,
could you be a part of the stagnation
Hindering
or
her.
hindering her growth?
yeah, because it's like the
Could the
kid,
relationship be something she's hiding?
there's priorities.
I'm not hiding a relationship. I'm not.
Oh, you responded to that.
Because I know that's not true. I can't hide.
Why did you feel like respond to that? Hiding. The word hiding triggered you.
No, it didn't trigger me. I just.
It
wanted to
did.
start
It did
speaking.
because that's what you do. You hide
I do.
because you have many.
Very much.
Yeah, the word hide triggered you.
Did.
It triggered you because you hide. You're hiding in a relationship. You're hiding from Babaji. You're hiding from the work that needs to be done. Listen, you guys you're not a female. You're a soul that happened to come into the form of a female. Are you a coward?
My coward.
Look up the definition of coward.
Excuse me, sir. This was
For the worst. One who shows disgraceful fear or timid.
To me, it seems that you're scared to face yourself and your issues. The things deep rooted that cause the hurt and the pain. You refuse to look at those things and allow yourself to be possessed so easily. The possession of negative thoughts and negative vibrations will always cause hurt.
Facts.
You're constantly being hurt because of your perspective. Your perspective is not in tune with carbonation's knowledge. Because you're hiding behind a void you're trying to fill, and it will never be filled. What is that void? Do you know it? Have you went that deep? What is it? The tears are showing that there's things that haven't been healed here still, that you won't allow to be healed because of fear, because of laziness, because of the 7 deadly sins. In this moment, under pressure, with the knowledge that you have, that you obtained, should you be crying? Yes or no? Or are you supposed to be held at a higher standard? Knowing what you know.
She's being lazy.
What's making her lazy, Solar?
Someone else is doing the work for her.
Who's that someone else?
I always do the work for her.
So the relationship is not healthy. It's toxic.
If I'm fighting her demons all day, she won't fight her own. Yeah.
And what can be produced? What can produce from this relationship?
Can't make anything from her. That's not a solid foundation. The solid foundation is when 2 people are able to apply the knowledge at the same time. Then they can exist on the same frequency.
So are you saying that the relationship is a comfort for Zoca?
If she thinks that she can be like this
With you?
with me, then yeah.
It's a hiding.
This isn't this
Hiding from the work that needs to be done. The
this doesn't
self
please me.
work. The spiritual path is a pathway of self work. Right now, in this moment, what you're doing is harming carbonation. It's harming biology in this very moment. Because it makes it seem that there's abuse being here, she needs to be saved. There's the same thing with Malia.
Mm-hmm.
Right now in this moment, these people can turn this into a weapon that can try to take down what we're doing. It can easily be read as she's being abused.
She's a victim.
Not abuse.
She's a
Like,
well,
people cry,
you can.
have emotional things going on. Chill.
Yeah, but it's not about what you're saying in this moment. It's about what you're doing and how it reads off. And I don't know if you know, if you were looking in from yourself from a 5D perspective, but I need you to look at yourself. You look like someone's daughter that needs to be saved from a cult. To the people that is watching, it looks like a little girl that needs to be saved from a cult. From someone that's manipulating her and playing mind games with her. From the outside looking in, from someone that doesn't know our knowledge, doesn't know our perspective, Babaji is looking really bad right now. And this will be used to get us in the court of law.
Well, that's definitely not true.
Well, that's what you're saying. You're brainwashed, remember? People don't care about what you're saying. They care about what you're doing.
You can't think for yourself as far as they're concerned.
Well, I can't think for myself.
You can't control your emotions. You can't.
Something's wrong with her.
They can't trust.
Call her
that you're
parents.
making-
Where is this girl's parents? If you're looking
from that
from that perspective, it's like, where's this girl's parents? This little girl she's just a little
Yeah,
girl,
little girl.
but that's what you're appearing to be at this moment.
Yeah.
So we know that, but you're appearing to be that, and it looks bad to carbonation.
You know.
But do you? But that's what the evil one wants to do. The evil one uses the weakness in anyone to destroy anything we're building. So from the naked eye, do you know what this appears to look like? If that's the case, then why would you ever? If you know that that's not true, and that Babaji would be falsely accused on those charges, why? Why would you ever put?
I'm not doing it on purpose.
Exactly. There's a saying that had you been practicing your art, you know your way in the dark. But you're not practicing the knowledge. And this is where the relationship is unhealthy. Let me ask you questions, okay? You said when you with Solar, you're able to be more in your world. Is your world hiding?
It's my
Behind.
life.
Hiding from you, from doing the job, to doing the purpose for you existing? Is hiding? Is that your job? Is that your world? Is it hiding?
I wouldn't say I hide from him. I would say I know that he gives me chance after chance after chance. And
Is that good for growth? Pressure is good for growth, right? Isn't that what happens when you're with Babaji? You're not even allowed too much, is you? Are you?
She get that pressure.
If she had that pressure, you wouldn't even be her.
Yeah, this is.
Do you understand what I'm saying to you, Solar?
I see what you're saying.
If she had that pressure, you wouldn't even be with her.
Yeah, I thought about that last night too. I was thinking like, that would be a real test. I really wanted to push her, really wanted to see her grow. That would be a real good way.
It's not a test. This is allowing
It's an
her.
opportunity.
No, it's holding her to the standard of the policy.
Call it a test because I want to see. I've invested a lot into her now. I kind of want to
That's the
see
problem.
something get back.
That's the issue. Yeah.
I invested a lot in Zoca. A
Yeah.
lot of energy. And we had that talk, remember that
You
talk?
got to be careful where you invest yourself.
So I had this talk with her where it was like,
Son, you're going to have to be so much careful where you invest yourself.
yeah,
Because what you have is value.
it's fucked up. I believe in her. And I think that I wasn't being as extreme as I could have been.
All right.
And I think that actually is what's required. I think a lot of growth does come sometimes from going to certain extremes. Not allowing it at all, zero tolerance policy.
Well, that's something that she should require herself.
Yeah.
If you want to be great, you're going to have to be extraordinary. You have to go extraordinary miles. If you're going to be great, you can't expect things to be easy. You have to put the pressure on yourself with anything in life. If you're going to be great, you cannot expect things to be easy.
That's a fact. I know that.
You ready to hear this? Of course, most of these people don't even know what they're watching. So they're going to these perspectives. You're going to know the perspectives of these people here are not in tune with what we're talking about. These are the average people living in a cult, thinking that you're in a cult, pointing a finger, and only projecting.
I know.
But these are also people that can try to take down cult leader.
That's funny.
And crying on camera
I wanna
is something
address
that's
something.
not going to help.
I do want to address something before we even open up the lines. Is that they're saying stand up, stand up. The thing is
Stand up for what?
exactly. What do you want me to nurture?
Stand up for what?
support.
He's came here with me first. Oh, what, Baba G and the carbonation?
Right.
Stand up for what?
Right. This
Stand
is not
up
our
for-
standard.
No, this is all based in women cruelty and abuse.
Yeah.
And they're saying stand up for the woman. And they expect the woman to be weak, but if she was in the military, she would be held to the same standards as men. If she was in the police academy, she would be held to the same standard as men. But they're looking for you to protect her.
Mm-hmm. Protect what?
Protect what?
Protect what?
The behavior?
I don't want that. I don't like that. I don't like that. That's why she gets kicked out of my tent. That's why it's funny, because I keep the knowledge, anytime she does it, it's an automatic repulsion.
You see, when you say the knowledge, people don't even know what that is.
So to keep the
See,
knowledge.
this is why this should never happen, because but I'm glad it does. It'll be used against me, but
Yeah, so when I'm thinking in my higher self, which would mean all perspectives, healthiest perspective that I can come up with, right? Keeping all the 5 sciences that we've been studying for so long, when I consider all of the facts, irrefutable facts that I know, and then this comes up, or these emotions, this response comes up, it automatically.
Did you come here for a spiritual
Becomes a
journey,
problem.
or did you come here for solar? That may be the very issue you're having here. If you came here for solar and not your own spiritual development, we've got an issue here.
She won't even be able to have me that way. That's not even known. Because no. You gotta
Not at
commit.
first.
You gotta commit to what I committed
Not at
to.
first.
You can't commit to me. Look at what I'm committed to. That's really doing. I'm not. Whatever illusions or whatever pictures you paint of me that aren't me, that's not what you should come for. Because who I am is not that. That's not what I. Look at what I line myself up with. If you're not committed to that, then we're gonna have problems all day.
I did not come for Solar. Solar helped me on my exodus out of Babylon. Period.
But you didn't come without solar.
Was coming without him.
That means focusing, like using your own mind,
Right.
following and
Like
saying, no, this is right, this is the right thing to do. Not needing any kind of motivation, but knowing that this is my life and this is the right thing to do. You use solar as if what solar wasn't here, you probably would never came.
That's for a couple people.
Who?
Terry, me,
I was living in knowledge before, so I was lying.
living it, but you weren't here.
Yeah, that's true. That's
You
right.
weren't. You knew me for. You knew Baba G for a long time.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, I watched Baba G before I met Solar. I saw Solar.
Yeah, but it wasn't enough motivation for you to move on your own. Had you moved for yourself, it wouldn't be about Baba G. It would be about joining forces. It would be about us against the world.
Yep.
It wouldn't be
That's
about
how I
us.
see it. When I left, that's what I was thinking. I'm like, oh, you about to be us against the world. That's what it is. I'm about to join God's army. That's how I looked at it. That's what I called it. I said, I'm joining God's army, literally.
Exactly.
We all signed up for the military. I'm joining God's army. I'm fighting a war that most people don't even want to acknowledge.
They can't even see.
Exactly. Because I know who I am. I know my purpose. I can't do anything else.
Neytiri, you only came here because of solar.
Second time around. That's facts. I'm not gonna hide it. I deny it.
So you're not here for the right reasons.
I actually started to think not last night, but when you told me the other day, like, okay, well, if soul is out of question, I'm still gonna be here and work on myself. So that made me feel like,
That's only because of fear of Prince York and
How's that
him
true?
doing something to
maybe
you.
how is that true? I definitely was like,
You
left
fear
because
going back to
of something
Atlanta
simple.
because of what you said about Prince York. and that you feel
That's
endangered.
That's a part of the reason, yeah. I
Yeah,
thought
you
about
feel like
that.
you can't go back
I feel
because
I'm in danger if I go back, but at the same time, I'm at that point, I'm like, I can just go out anyway.
excuse me, what are you doing? Why are you back up?
I started to feel like I can handle it. Whatever comes my way, I was in acceptance of it. But I wanted to stay here.
But yeah, you want to stay here because you feel safe here.
Mm,
Yeah, because you don't want to go back to Atlanta to have to face the things you said about Prince York.
not just Prince York, but I didn't want to face my family. I didn't want to face anything. So,
Speak up.
Yeah, I didn't want to face anything going back.
Isn't that what a coward does?
Yes, I'm not gonna lie. I
Why
was a
don't you?
coward.
So you're here because you don't want to face yourself.
No, I want to face myself. I want to face myself.
Then go back to Atlanta.
That's out of the question. That's going back to Babylon. I don't want to go back to Babylon.
Are you making an excuse about that?
No. I feel like I can evolve here. I can expand here. I can
The
grow here.
camera got tripod got moved a little bit.
You said what now?
I can evolve, expand, and grow here. That's why I'm here. Otherwise, I would have been on my flight. I would have told you right now.
Yeah, but subconsciously you still want to be with Solar and still feel that he's your soulmate.
Yeah, he is my soulmate. That's never going to change ever in life. Ever.
So you would stay here and just feed off the idea of his energy.
Like I said before.
I'm asking you a question.
I'm
You would.
answering it.
You would. You go, you do Zoca. Subconsciously, you say you know his
Before
energy's
I would,
right there.
honestly, to be honest with you, before I would, but like I
But you
keep
lied
saying
about
to
that
you,
before.
Yeah,
You're
I
lying a
did.
lot. Do you notice how you're lying a lot?
I've been dishonest with myself. a
Well,
lot
why are you
because I
continue?
disconnected
How
from
can
my
anyone
heart.
believe anything you're saying if you continue to lie?
I'm telling you the truth right now.
How do we know it's the truth?
Well, I'm saying that it's the truth.
How do we know? You lie so much.
Well,
That's
you
the
can-
thing
you
about
can
lying.
Feel me out. You know me.
No.
You can feel me out.
I feel that you still are doing it subconsciously. I feel like you still.
Okay, so when I told Millie in the bathroom just a while ago, it was like I feel like I've been like suppressing my thoughts, suppressing myself for so much that I don't even know when I'm doing it. So
Because suppressing is lying to yourself.
right, exactly.
Stop doing it.
I'm doing my best.
You're doing your best.
Yes.
Your best is just not to do it at all.
That's not your best.
Your best is not to do it at all.
Alright, so I've been like so focused on saying my truth and being in my truth and following my heart and saying like, yo, I feel like this guy may be the guy, but every time I say that, which is my truth, is like suppressed and it's like bashed away or pushed to the side, like, oh no, that's a fantasy.
But isn't that allowing other people
So I
to take you
suppress-
from your truth?
Yeah, so that suppressed myself.
Right, but that's lying to yourself. To be
Exactly.
authentic with yourself, no matter what anyone says, is the truth to you.
I feel like I've taken accountability, like
Have you
account
lost
everybody
that
else's
truth?
opinion to
Have-
me.
Right. And in that process, you've lost your true
Right.
opinion.
Yes, exactly.
What's your true opinion now? Do you even know?
That's sad. My true opinion on what? Can I ask?
On Solar.
I love him. I understand him. I know I can grow with him. I know I can do
What do you understand about Solar?
everything. I feel like we are.
You understand him completely.
Well, no, because that's going to take a lifetime to do, which I was willing to.
What do you know about Solar?
I know that we have 7 placements in similar in same chart. I know that we are
7 placements, like wait a minute.
like our Saturn, Pisces, you've seen it, right? Chiron, Virgo, everything. We got a lot in common. I feel like we can. I do know my chart. I do. I know more than people think I know here.
know what was asked about a house placement. You can see.
And then when you was there, I'm not asking. I'm just really, in this energy.
Well, so
when
this is what
Afu
you
had
really
told
felt.
me, when Efu had asked me my chart, I definitely said it to her. And she's like, well, you know your chart.
You see what? I'm sorry, what was that? What did you say?
I said you gotta be alone.
Who's got to be alone?
So what?
Why? Why did you say that?
That's how no one's developed.
Excuse me?
No one is developed.
No, this guy's actually outside, well,
I'd like to say
very
this.
well, I'm
I
saying
think
as
a
far as
mistake
the
I
women.
made. A mistake I made was making
just
them
putting
think
up with that way too long.
I
You
made
catered
it
to
look
that.
like something that was attainable like that, way too easy.
What?
To accept certain behaviors when they come back. And then when they show themselves again, and just keep taking them back. I think what I've shown to the people and to Zoca and why they keep saying things they're saying, I'm putting it together, is that I've made myself something that's attainable. Like I sold myself short. Like I made myself cheap. When the truth is, I'm irritated all the time when you're not matching my frequency.
Exactly.
When you're not matching my frequency, you're not here, I'm gonna get irritated. But what happens when I'm irritated is I give you even more. And that's the overgiving.
Shit, sound like somebody I know.
It's that we have me and that person got the same pattern. Got the same pattern. I will go and and it's true.
This is really a holographic
My chief made a post.
mirror.
My chief made a post, right? Oh, you think we're similar? Me and my chief, we're similar. He made a post that I saw. I'm like, yep, that's me. And it's like this guy and this girl is like, I don't just want to be with you. I'm the type of person when you go in, I'm going all the way in. Like I want your soul, type of deal. Yeah, June and solar moon's one. Somewhere return. But look, for me, it's my moon trying
I have
to
a solar return.
So I'm thankful. For me, it's moon trine Pluto. I'll go. You have to go deep. I can't do anything surface. And if you're not right here with me, I'm gonna be mad and I'm gonna do everything I can to get you there.
Yeah.
And that right there is playing as a
Take it for
hindrance.
granted.
And that is when I sell myself cheap by what I'm doing with her. And it's not like she's cheap, but what she's giving me is cheap. She's being lazy. She's not, and she knows that this.
In the sake of having companionship.
I don't think I'm really outside of myself when it comes to that. I'm really not like that.
You are a companion.
Of course I do. I can be alone. I've been alone for so long.
I understand, but no man should be alone.
I believe that. I don't believe that I should be alone. I believe I deserve.
No man should be alone.
I believe I deserve a proper woman. I deserve a proper wife. Or
Well, you're
somebody
gonna
that-
have to let something go.
And at the end of the day, I see all of her potential. But if she don't see it, it don't matter. I see.
I forgot. I really did step out the knowledge for a second. Oh my gosh, like, bruh, this shit is not real. You get so wrapped up in this shit, it's not real. All right, let's go ahead.
It's a prank.
I'm
It's
so
a
sorry.
prank. It's true.
I apologize
It's
to my
true.
higher self.
It's true.
Make sure your heart is light. Oh man, I'm out.
Speak on it.
This is what I like it. This is fucked up.
Guys, like literally, we get so wrapped up into our freaking
This is the
this
Zoca right.
zone
Go.
of this microscopic. I'm looking in these eyes. I'm looking at you. And oh shoot, give me it. I have to step out of myself. Like Most High Chief Balaji always steps out of himself and he becomes. It's like he can become anything at any moment and allow himself to transform. Even if the situation doesn't work out for him, he's like, it's still gonna work out for me. I can make it work out for me. And I'm just like stuck in my zone so much. I'm not seeing the bigger picture of things for myself, for others, for the collective. And I'm not supposed to be an Aries. I'm supposed to be in the knowledge and be in the age of Aquarius. I'm not supposed to be just. I hate when I'm in that zone. It takes me time because I have a lot of. I don't even have a lot of demons. I don't even have a lot of demons. I just have.
They work at the same time.
They all punch me.
So what are you saying here?
I know I'm supposed to be alone.
Alone.
A lot of us don't like looking at ourselves and being and sitting like. Sitting with yourself allows things to come up, or thoughts to come up, voice to come up that you didn't think was there. And you're always trying to run to some person or some drug or some alcohol or some type of outlet that is not pointing to you. And I see that I can hide that. And I need to point at myself. Because my North Node is in Pisces, so I'm supposed to be looking at everything spiritual. supposed to be super deep and reflecting and seeing symbols and being like, oh, I see that. That reflects that to me. Oh, you see that? That's supposed to, anything someone else is going through is supposed to be reflected
Can you
back
not
to
do
me.
that right now, please?
And look at myself
is
and
it-
be like, okay.
Yeah, it's just real quick.
It's business.
So that's what I definitely have to see. And I can see when I get into my little microscopic view and see how I'm just detaching myself from my own spiritual journey because I'm not involved. When I'm not involved or not working or I'm being lazy, I'm saying, fuck it. Take my life. I don't care. When everyone here really cares about their life, they're so, like, mentally, we're doing the work. And it's hard, but it's possible if you allow your mind to go there. And to be that change that you want to see in other people, you gotta deal with it yourself. Because nobody else fucking exists. None of y'all exist but me. And when I neglect myself, I'm not living life. I'm being a bot. And I'm not a fucking bot. Period. That's all I got to say. I apologize for crying. I'm very sensitive.
Those people really do not understand what's going on here. They're on a whole other frequency of understanding, and they're projecting themselves on what they're hearing and trying to keep up with what's going on, just not involved in the deep, intricate details of.
They see what they want to see.
They see what they
can.
are.
They see what they can.
They can't, yeah, because they're looking at it through who they are and where they come from, rather than where we come from the inside in. They're looking at it from the outside.
You be us to see it how we see it.
Yeah, you have to be
Carbonation.
understand what's going on here to understand what's really going on, and they're just not.
They see love in hip hop.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. They see women abuse. They see toxic. They see that.
Yeah. We're you. Just showing you how to change. I was an example of that earlier.
That's what I'm talking about. What am I talking about?
I learned something.
What did you learn?
In a moment, she just switched up. She just be vulnerable with herself.
I can't hear you. Now, if I'm right here, they can't hear you.
All right. Well, basically, in the moment, she switched up. She been vulnerable with herself, and
Still can't hear you.
I thought it was growth just a while ago. She was speaking truth to me, and I resonated with that. I can see how she is sensitive because I'm sensitive, but at the same time, she had a healthier perspective on situations. So I learned from that, honestly.
Yeah.
That's growth. I see what you were
That's
saying.
the shit I've been talking about.
you're
It's
saying it.
there. It's just lazy because like she could have did that at any time. But she chose to go into the, she chose to
Right.
go into her lower self. And I see what she's saying by me. If I can still like, if I was to take her back,
So is that
she's
manipulation?
gonna do it again.
Is it manipulation?
Oh, it's there. She knows. She knows what she's doing. She tries to get a rise, and sometimes it's like can be a little spiteful. She's hurt, so she wants to hurt somebody else too. So she'll intentionally ignore the knowledge, or ignore a higher perspective, or ignore a healthier perspective. She'll choose it.
If I hurt myself, I'm hurting you in the process.
That's why in the beginning, when you asked me how we were doing, or when Chief was talking, Chief, he had asked me how we were doing, and I was like, sometimes I feel like she's against me because I know she's doing it on purpose. And anybody, I know what she knows. I know how much she knows to the capacity she knows it. And when she doesn't show it, that's why you'll see me really irritated. That's why I can sometimes get irritated whether I show it to you or not. I'll get hot because I'm like, bro, you playing, bro. You playing.
I would say that I just learned from Zoe that regardless of how anybody felt, because she just said, I need to be by myself. Easily, Solar could have been like, what do you mean, energetically? And she was like, she pushed past that energetically, and she was like, I'm gonna say what I need to say and be real. So regardless of what she felt, she needed to express that, and how regardless of what anybody felt, like Solar and everything, she needed to express how she felt. So that's how I learned.
Well, what
Me.
happens is when you put yourself into a relationship, you put yourself into the person.
Mhm.
And when you have to walk away from yourself that you put in the person, it becomes an attachment. That's why you gotta be careful where you put yourself out.
Right.
Because the letting go process can be very painful.
You know, Doc, what do you think about this? There's a conversation I had with her on that theme, and
Why are we crying then?
I'm not crying.
You really are.
you have to know that you was just good.
Wow.
And I know why you were going there with me.
Okay, now it
She
looks
know
like
what
we have
conversation-
psychiatric problems.
She know what I'm about to go into, and that's her. She do that.
Here?
Yeah.
You're definitely crying. No. Now you're being phony.
No, I'm serious. Like, I'm not crying.
You was.
I was
Right.
crying right now.
Your eyes are
I
still
just
watery,
really
and I know the
teary.
face she makes. She makes that face when she's like gets engaged. That she wasn't about to cry. Her eyes are still wet. I know that face. I know that face. She knows the story I'm about to tell.
Right.
So what I was saying, there's a time where she got an attitude, and I went 0 to 100 quick on her, and I started doing saying like, put your stand up straight, do this, do your squats and that, and I was going hard, and I kind of gave her like a little quick lecture, and I had said something. I'm like, look, I'm investing. How long has it been? 40 minutes. All right. Every minute's $1,000 I could have made. I just put $40,000 in your pocket. What are you about to do with it? All this time, all this energy, all of this I'm putting into you. What are you going to do with it? You're not showing me anything. Are you showing me you're a worthy investment? Am I wasting my time, my energy by investing in you? At the end of all of that, I realized as I was speaking, I'm like, yeah, I believe that she could do it. Yeah, I don't mind investing my time. I don't mind investing my money. Whether it's 5 years from now, 10 years from now, and I tell her this all the time. If we were to be single, separated for whatever, 10, 5 years later on, I already know that she's going to be great. And that's what I want to see.
So why don't you stay with her?
I can't want that for her.
Why not stay with her?
You see, so now the whole world's seeing what I'm talking about. I know she knows better. And when she chooses to go to victim mentality, when she chooses to play the victim, chooses it, I can't accept it. I don't want that around me. That doesn't get me irate, but I will get irate just to make it known you can't do that. And then she does this. The spontaneous explosion of strength and confidence, which was there the whole time.
Is that manipulation?
Manipulation to be right. I manipulate her.
It's bait. Seems that you think that you're playing her, but she's playing you.
Yeah, I see how she does it. And I call it. She doesn't get away with it.
Where do you break the cycle?
You saying what I just did was manipulation?
It could be.
It could be, yeah. And
If it's not genuine, it could be genuine in the moment, and then you're right back, and it'd be repetitive.
I'll say it's
If it does,
I'll say it's a mix, because there's small things she'll do it, and I'll call her and be like, don't think you can dominate me. Don't try to play that game with me. I already know what you're playing. And those are the ones I won't feed. And then there's serious ones where it's like serious.
okay, so
triggers.
you're knee deep in here. This is intense.
Yeah.
This is like it's gonna take. I mean,
I'm all the way in.
this is darn near distracting from your actual duties.
No, it's not.
It could be.
No, I wouldn't let it get to that point. I wouldn't let it get to that point.
Could it get to that point if you had material?
Probably be delicate.
Because
Well,
you're
what
actually
saying is
you're
true.
actually
That's what I would do.
you're actually
But with more.
living. You're living for her. You're doing it for her. Now you're gonna have two people you're doing it for. Now, if you're doing it for yourself, you wouldn't be saying
Yeah. No. It wouldn't be something you'd have to say.
so long. What are you gonna do?
like me to be real or right?
Oh, wow.
Give me both.
I think real would be more than right.
What real would be right.
Right, exactly.
Okay. I don't. I believe.
Why'd you say mm-mm? No.
Because she knows Robert. She already knows my answer.
Why'd you say mm-mm?
I actually want to see him try it.
No, that's not my answer. That's what you got.
I just-
I know my answer. I just gotta put it out in the right words. You want to say something?
Yeah, I want to see him try it material, which I take time to myself. Because that's it's Saturn, Scorpio, and Aries. I put myself in the most horrible situations possible.
Oh, okay. Well,
What was that?
What do we do? Summer? In the game of life, what are you doing? You're being recorded.
I'm being recorded. All right, with complete authenticity, immediate. Boom. I want to stay with Zoca, and I want to keep working through things with her. I don't want to add another person into it. No. Am I polygamous? Yes. Do I want to just jump into it because I'm polygamous? No. What I want to do is I want to keep working with Zoca because I believe in her. I know what's there.
Because it's an attachment?
You can say that. You can say it's an attachment. I believe in her since the first time I read her chart.
Mm-hmm.
I knew who she was before she ever became. I see her in her potential when I look at her. I don't see her as, I don't look at, know what she is? She ain't, Zoca spoke late. Zoca only been here for like 10 minutes. There's a whole other person here this whole time. I don't fuck with that person. I don't like that person. Jay, or whatever her name is. I don't fuck with her. I don't like her. I'm not with Jay. Jay can't be, no, she can't be with me. Zoca, I love to be with Zoca. When I'm with Zoca, we get shit done. Shit's dope. I like to be with Zoca. Jay come out too much though, and I don't like that. I don't like that. I like Zoca. I want to stay with Zoca. And Neytiri, you really, to me, you really like.
Are you in love with Zoca?
Yeah.
I'm a child and stuff.
No, yeah, I'll say.
Why do you feel about him being in love with Zoca?
Man, you can be in love with whoever.
No, seriously. See that you're going to that place of phonies.
Yeah, okay. All right,
See,
I got you. I feel like it's an attachment.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it's an attachment. They have
Excuse me, why are you being sneaky?
Sorry, I'm just telling him please because he knows what he's doing.
No, you can do that openly. Why would you be sneaky?
We're an open environment.
Why would you do that hiddenly? Where did that come from? Since when did you start doing that? What was whispered?
I didn't get it clearly.
Why can't you just say it out loud?
Because it's for him.
I didn't hear it clearly. You should share it.
Because it's for him?
Yeah, I didn't know. You guys were talking. I just got interrupted with me talking, so I was like, okay, maybe he'll listen to me if I just say it to him.
I didn't hear you.
What I was just saying, you just got, okay, let me play some music.
So that's what I was talking about in the polygamous relationship.
I think you should leave.
That's not what you do.
I think you, and I'm going to tell Baba G this, I think you should go. We don't do secrets here. I think you should pack your stuff and leave. And I'm going to make that strong suggestion to Baba G. You leave. Because you embarrass what we stand for. Unbelievable.
My apologies, I didn't mean to come off like that.
I think you should pack your stuff and go.
All I said was, I don't want you to deny yourself. If that's what you want.
You did it in a sneaky way. There's nothing to hide here.
This is a
Everyone's transparent. That's part of our MODs. Isn't it? But you keep breaking those things, don't you? You don't live by our code and our policies. You live by what you want to do. Since you can't do it, I'll do it. If you want to go with her, you can go. It's up to you.
yeah. You talking to Jay on? What's Jay on?
That wasn't my intention.
You're not holding up the policies. You're going to make us look bad. You're not strong enough for carbonation at all. Yeah. Period. This is for the elite. It's an elite group of people. You're not holding up the policies. Period. We're not tolerating it. What was that? You lack discipline
Okay.
for authority. So that gets you in battle. It's unbelievable because carbonation feeds you. It shelters you.
Shit, man.
You don't bite the hand that feeds you.
I'm not biting your hand.
Whose hand? You don't see how you're doing that?
You disrespecting what we're doing through your actions. That's you might as well.
She doesn't think she is, so she continue to do it. She thinks she's right for what she's doing, and she thinks that she is in herself. She thinks, I said it to him because I wanted to tell it to him. Who's him?
We over here putting.
Since when do we
everything on
keep
the table.
secrets?
Right, that was wrong with me to do.
It's wrong for you to cry.
Right.
That was one of those things you would take.
You lack discipline.
Yeah.
What are we feeding here?
She just literally tried to manipulate me into feeling a certain type of way. That's that emotional
That's all I was
shit.
talking
I know exactly what she did. You're not.
You didn't recognize it when she did.
That's why I looked at her. I'm like, I did. I know she did because I know what she said. I'm like, oh, that's coming from your hurt. I do this all the time. I know what this is.
Then how can you
You
say,
said you didn't hear what she said.
No, but I already know the energy for her, what she's doing, because there's something. She'll say things to you to make you think a lower perspective. I'm like, oh, I know. You're not gonna do that to me. You can't do that to me. I'm immune to that. This isn't.
so how can you be in love with that?
Right here, it was secret.
How
No,
can you be in love with
I'm
that?
not in love with that. That's Jay. Me and Jay ain't cool.
That's okay.
That's issues.
That's okay.
Mhm.
It is what it is. Jay shouldn't even be existing.
No.
Jay should be. There should be a funeral for Jay.
Yeah. Jay got to leave.
She makes what we do look like a joke.
Okay.
And she still doesn't feel like she does.
It's true.
She doesn't see her faults
You
in
just
this
said it, I
moment.
said, okay, let's.
No, that doesn't mean that you understand it.
Still resistance.
Doesn't mean you understand it.
No, I definitely see. I can see myself, how I'm acting, doing things on the side, like, okay, I'm being manipulated.
Even that step back you did earlier. You speak without your mouth. You still try to get
I've
your
never
message
seen it
across.
this potent, ever. This blatant disrespect. I've never seen.
Catalyst.
I've never seen She's been in my presence. She was here. So one time I seen it.
This is a catalyst right here. Because I don't even get it like, this is ridiculous. She becomes way faster than this. This is a catalyst.
She would end up gone anywhere. In the polygamous relationship, she would end up gone. And guess who else would end up gone after a while? What do I know?
Who, you mean me? Oh, I'm like, oh no. I'm
That's because
dying.
you're not paying attention to what I'm saying.
I know. I thought that for a second when you looked and you said, I'm like, man, I know you ain't talking about me. Mm-mm. I'm paying attention. I follow.